right, you know what time it is. Live from the Bare Muscle Garage, it's time for Fit Crew. What do we got in store for you today? Let's go ahead and share this on screen. So today we've got a boss battle with a twist. We're going to be doing 3-minute rounds with 1 minute rest after each round. In the 3 minutes, we're going to be doing a 300-meter run, 15 sit-ups, and then as many hand-to-hand kettlebell swings as we can do until those 3 minutes are up. That minute's going to go by real fast, just enough to help us, boom, start that next round with a punch each and every time. And we may be looking at this thinking, hey, man, I'm going to have to hustle. Not sure if I can get all that done in that time. Don't worry, guys. As always, we're going to warm up really well. And we're going to go through all the options that will allow you to do this workout or your version of it right where you are, using what you have and doing what you can. But let's go ahead and start this general warm-up, which is going to activate the muscles that we are using in today's workout. So the first move we're going to do is single leg raises. And let's go ahead and have twin one demonstrate 2 single leg raises on the same leg. And if we are doing this from the seated position, then we're going to do some single arm raises like this. So let's everyone join in and let's do 10 single leg raises, 5 on each side. Now, the name of the game here is slow. We're really just starting this activation phase, and we're taking these muscles through a full range of motion, all the way up, all the way down, nice and slow, to really feel the activation and the burn on that core. So let's slow this down here. Let's get this all the way up, all the way down, nice and slow. 5 on one side, 5 on the other side. So good job here on these single leg raises. Next, we're going to do some glute bridges. Let's have Bird Dog demonstrate 2 glute bridges for us. And if we're doing this from the seated position, then those glute bridges are going to look like this. So let's everyone join in and let's do 10 glute bridges together. So on these glute bridges, we are laying on our back. We are pulling those feet in super close to the hips, squeezing those glutes, raising those hips, fast and high, holding the top for about 2 seconds before coming back down. So good job here on the glute bridges. Next, we're going to roll over and get those calves ready for action. Let's have twin one demonstrate 2 reps of the dynamic calf stretch on each side. And if we are doing this from the seated position, then we're going to do the dynamic elbows like this. So let's all join in here and let's do 10 of the dynamic calf stretch on each side. Now, it could be that doing this off the ground is a bit hard on that wrist, in which case we can do this off of an inclined surface. Let's have twin one demonstrate here. It could be off a counter, off a sofa, or even off the wall. And we're going to get into an inclined pike position, bend the one knee, push that back heel into the ground, holding that for about 2 seconds before switching sides. But if we're doing this off the ground as prescribed, we are piking those hips up in the air, pushing the back heel into the ground, holding that for about 2 seconds to really feel the activation in those calves and ankles for all the running we're going to be doing today. So good job on the calf stretch. Next, we got some high knees with a hip circle. Let's have Bubbles demonstrate 2 reps on each leg for us. And if we are doing this from the seated position, then we're going to do a forward arm raise with a lateral return like this. So let's everyone join in here and let's do 10 high knees on each side. Now, it could be that balance is an issue, in which case we can hold on to a close by object as needed. And let's have Bubbles demonstrate here. We could hold on to a sturdy piece of furniture, a pole, a wall, whatever we have close by for additional support if needed. But if we are doing this as prescribed, we're going to get those knees up above hip level, circle that all the way around, bring it back down to the ground, opening up those hip flexors, which once again is going to be really good for all the running that we're going to be doing today. And so, good job here on these high knee hip circles. Next, we've got some reverse lunges. Let's go ahead and have twin one. Demonstrate 2 reps of the reverse lunge for us. And if we are doing this from the seated position, then the reverse lunge is going to look like this. So let's everyone join in and let's do 10 reverse lunges together. Now, it could be that getting that knee all the way to the ground is a bit of a challenge, in which case we have a couple options here. We can do some assisted lunges, holding on to a nearby object for support. Let's have Bird Dog demonstrate. So it could be a sturdy piece of furniture or a wall or a pole or whatever the case, but we're going to hold on to that object while we get the trailing leg back and slightly to the side for stability until the knee touches the ground. Or if getting to the knee to the ground is a challenge, no matter what, we can do some step downs. And so we're standing on top of an object and then we're going to take a step down and then alternate that step down leg while keeping the top foot on top of the object in between reps there. But if we are doing this as prescribed, we're taking a big step back, trailing knee to the ground, preferably with some type of knee protection, just like you see twin one doing here. So either a soft surface, like we see with Bird Dog, or laying down some type of a mat or something like that. So good job on these reverse lunges. Next, we're going to grab a light kettlebell if we have one. If we don't have a kettlebell, then any other light object will do, 10 pounds or less, 5 kilos or less. It could be a light dumbbell. It could be a pillow. It could be a teddy bear. It could be a shoe. But whatever the case, preferably something with a handle, such as an empty laundry detergent jug or an empty purse or an empty water jug. So with the light kettlebell or kettlebell-like object, let's look on as Bird Dog demonstrates 2 reps of the sumo deadlift for us. And if we are doing this from the seated position, then the sumo deadlift is going to look like this. So let's everyone join in and let's do 10 reps of the sumo deadlift together. So on this sumo deadlift, that object is going to start on the ground in between the feet. And we've got those hips super low, but chest is up, shoulders back, and we're looking straight ahead. And we're going to take a deep breath in and drive the ground away until we get to a fully standing, locked out position with those shoulders back at the top. And then, of course, we're going to take a deep breath in and brace that core as we get that back down to the ground in between the feet every single time. And so good job here on these sumo deadlifts. And finally, in this activation phase, we've got some one-arm swings. Let's have twin one demonstrate 3 reps on the same arm for us. And if we are doing this from the seated position, then we have 2 options here. If we have the space and circumstances to do a 1-arm swing like this, great. Otherwise, if it's better for us to do a 1-arm high pull, we can certainly do so as well. So let's everyone join in and let's do 10 reps of the 1-arm swing, 5 on the one arm, followed by 5 on the other arm. Now, it could be that, hey, doing a swing on one arm is just not very good for us given our shoulder condition or whatever the case. In that case, we can do some Russian swings. And let's have Twin One show us what these look like. We're going to initiate by setting those hips back, popping that, getting that up to about face level. But if we are doing the 1-arm swing as prescribed, we are getting that object back between the legs. And then with one arm outstretched straight, we are going to pop those hips, get that up to about face level at the top of the swing. And so good job here on these 1-arm swings. Well, that is it for the activation phase. Now we're going to move on to the movement prep, which is where we're going to practice specifically the 3 moves that we are doing in today's workout. The first move is going to be the run. And specifically, we are running 300 meters if we have the space. If not, we got you covered with some shuttle runs that we can do inside. And so preferably, we want to do a 50-foot shuttle run, which is running 25 feet down and back. Let's have Twin One demonstrate 1 rep of that. And we'll be doing these without a tap today. So notice how she's going to run down 25 feet, turn around, get back where she came from. Boom, that is 1 shuttle run. And we are not tapping the ground at either point today. Now, if we don't have 25 feet measured out, then we can do the shuttle runs in place. And each set of 20 high knees is going to equal a shuttle run in place. And let's go ahead and see 1 rep there of the shuttle run. And so that's going to be 20 high knees. And then after that point, you can either change direction or do whatever you like, but no need to tap the ground today. And if we are doing this from the seated position, then each set of 20 arm raises is going to equal a shuttle run from the seated position. So let's everyone join in here and let's hit 5 shuttle runs, or if you have the space to do a 100-meter run and you'd like to hit this 100-meter run, we can do that as well. But either way, whether we're running in place or running the distance, this high knee drill with the pumping of the arms and the elbows as well helps us with our running technique. And we actually want to have a slightly forward lean with the chest up, and we want to pump those knees as high as our circumstances allow. Now, it could be that, yes, we do need to watch our impact, and so we certainly need to pick the version of this that's better for us. But if we have the space to run the 50 feet, which is 25 feet down and back, that is awesome. Otherwise, doing the in-place shuttle runs is another good option as well. So good job here on the run. The second move that we are doing today is sit-ups, specifically butterfly sit-ups. And let's look on as Bird Dog demonstrates 2 reps of the butterfly sit-up for us. And if we are doing this from the seated position, then the sit-up is going to look like this. So let's everyone join in and let's do 10 practice sit-ups together. Now, it could be that this is a very challenging motion for us, in which case we have a couple options here. We can do those lying single leg raises that we were doing before. And let's have Bird Dog remind us what that looks like. We'll be laying on our back, pointing the toes, raising one leg at a time, hitting about 5 before switching sides. But if we can do the sit-up, even with the arms swinging, I would say that's actually preferred today, using the arm swinging method. We've got those hands behind us, swinging those arms through, touching the toes at the top of the motion. And more specifically, we are looking for the shoulders to get in front of the hips at the top. So we all have different arm lengths, and whatever the case, touching the toes is a good guide. But more importantly, we're getting the shoulders in front of the hips at the top of each rep. So good job here on the sit-ups or single leg raises, whichever version is better for us. And the third move that we are doing today is hand-to-hand kettlebell swings. Now this starts to get tricky as we get tired. Let's take a look and see how it looks, and we're going to go over some tips to make them flow smoothly. Let's have twin one do 6 reps of the hand-to-hand swing. And if we are doing this from the seated position, then we've got 2 options here. If we have the space and circumstances to switch at the top, we can certainly do so. Or if we need to do alternating high pulse, switching arms each time, then that is another option as well. So let's everyone join in and let's do 10 practice swings together. Now, what's important to remember is the timing of the switch. The switch happens at the top of the swing. So it's swing, then switch, swing, then switch. As we get tired and the other arm kind of delays and meeting it at the top, then it's easy for it to kind of get off track. So a couple tips that are going to help us to keep it straight, even as we get tired, is following the swing with the other arm. So we notice how Bird Dog, she's swinging, she's getting the other arm back, even as she's getting the kettlebell back. And then as it's going up, she's following it with the other arm. That's what helps the other hand be not too far away and miss the switch at the top. Following along with the other arm is going to be super important. And hey, worst case scenario, if we get super tired and we kind of start to get wonky with it, just take a quick break and start over again. That's our brain usually just needs that reset. And reminder, if the hand-to-hand swing is not good for our shoulder condition, then we can do some Russian swings. Let's have twin one remind us what those look like. That's just getting that back, popping that up to face level, using both hands, if that's better for us to do. Well, now it's ramp up time. If you've been earning badges and you'd like to add some weight to do either the scaled, intermediate, or RX weight in today's workout, then let's start to gradually add some weight, doing about 10 practice reps of the hand-to-hand swing at a time, adding a little bit of weight each time until we get to the weight that we want to use for our division. But if we have not been earning badges, or we're just getting back into this after a long time off, then please, let's not add any weight. That super light weight that we were just using in the warm-up, 10 pounds or less, 5 kilos or less, is going to be more than enough for us today. It's very important that we have the right form and consistency with all our habits before we've earned the right to add or reintroduce intensity, such as by adding weight or going fast. And whether we're adding weight or not, let's pay close attention to the following checklist. Number 1, please make sure your device is fully charged or plugged in so we can get through this whole workout without losing you. Number 2, let's grab some water. Let's take a sip. And let's make sure we got our water nearby so we can take a sip as needed all throughout the workout. Number 3, I'm going to give everyone a 3, 2, 1, go countdown. And that's how you can synchronize your timer with mine if you choose to use one. Number 4, music. Super important. This is not going to be a short one today. We want minimum 5 jams or more that are going to keep us pumped and motivated all throughout this session. So what's on your playlist? You can blast your music as loud as you want, as long as you can still hear me helping you throughout the workouts. And lastly, how are we keeping track of our scores? This is a 5-round workout. We want to know how many swings we're getting done each time. And we've also got some other buy-in moves that we want to keep track of so that we don't get lost. So we know what to do if we want to be a good student and not get lost. If you're a teacher's pet like Deb, first to the screen, go ahead and show your whiteboard so we can see exactly how prepared you are. So here we go. Teacher's pet picture. In 3, 2, 1. Awesome. I'm going to bring the workout back on screen one more time, and then we'll get going. So in just about a minute, we're going to start this timer. We're going to do this boss battle. 3-minute rounds, 1-minute rest after each round for 5 rounds. What are we doing in the 3 minutes? We're going to do a 300-meter run, 15 sit-ups, and then as many hand-to-hand kettlebell swings as we can do until the 3 minutes are up. Now, most of us, instead of the 300-meter run, are going to do 15 sets of those shuttle runs. Picking the version that's good for us, we're looking for those runs to be done in less than 90 seconds. And so let's pick the version of the shuttle run that allows us to do that, to finish all 15 in less than 90 seconds. Or maybe we can mix and match. We can do some of the 50-foot shuttle runs running 25 feet down and back. And maybe we can do some in place, whatever we need to do in order to reach that target window of time. Now, if we are running the distance, like we just mentioned, we are looking for those runs to take less than 90 seconds. So if 300 is a long distance for us, we can scale that distance down to 200 or even less if needed to have some time to hit the sit-ups and the swings. Now, like we mentioned, on the sit-ups, those sit-ups can be kind of challenging for some of us. So if we need to do either all single leg raises or some single leg raises, then we can do that as well. But we're looking to get those 15 sit-ups done so that we have enough time to swing within today's target window of time. And then our score is going to be the amount of swings that we get done after that 300-meter run and the 15 sit-ups in each of the 3-minute rounds. And we're going to have 1 minute rest and reset after each round. So if you are good to go, give me a thumbs up here and we will get this going. I'm going to highlight Bird Dog to get us going. And so here we go, guys. 3 minutes, 15 shuttle runs, 15 sit-ups, and then as many hand-to-hand swings as we can do until the 3 minutes are up. 1 minute rest in between rounds. That's going to go by quick. Starting in 10 seconds. Let's get ready. 3, 2, 1, go. And we are off on these 15 shuttle runs. Whatever version is better for us. Maybe we're doing all of them in place. Maybe we're doing some down, some in place. But we are looking for these runs to take us less than 90 seconds. And so let's really hustle here. We're about 30 seconds in, just as a reference. But we are making our way through, all the way down, all the way back, breathing hard, sprinting hard. Nice work here. Feeling the burn. And then after that, going into those sit-ups, which honestly is going to feel like the rest portion of the round. And that's how that goes. In these style workouts, we usually want to identify one set of movements that will allow us to pace ourselves and regulate that heart rate. And right on cue at the 90-second mark, we've got Bird Dog going for these sit-ups here. Bubbles about to join in. Twin one as well. And Deb diving into some sit-ups. And so let's get those shoulder blades on the ground. Let's really swing those arms for momentum. Getting the shoulders in front of the hips at the top of the motion each and every time. And it could be that we need to do some single leg raises. That's completely fine. And we are coming up on the 30-second warning very soon here. And on that cue, there we go. Bird Dog getting up, about to hit some swings. And we've got 30 seconds left before the rest. So let's get that bell. Let's get these swings in. And hey, let's keep it straight. Let's remember, let's follow it with the other arm up. Swing, then switch. Swing, then switch. We are switching at the top. 10 more seconds. And 3, 2, 1, rest. We've got a 1 minute rest here. Man, Bubbles is feeling it, right, Bubbles? What are you feeling right now, Bubbles? Ah, that was muted, but we saw it in your face. And so let's take this time here to write our score, to recover, get a quick sip, not a gulp, just a sip. And we're going to get ready to hit this round 2 in just a little bit here. So in about 30 more seconds, Twin one with the game face on. Getting ready to go. Deb with the game face on. Jamming as always. In about 10 more seconds, Bird Dog about to let it loose. 3, 2, 1. Round 2, let's go. And we are off on these runs. Like we said, that minute went by in the blink of an eye, right? So learning how to recover well, a very big skill in this program. Want to make full use of that recovery minute. But nice work here. We're breathing, we're pushing these runs. And the 1 minute rest there, whenever we have scheduled rest, that means scheduled intensity. We're not giving you a rest to make it easier. We're giving you a rest to force you to push harder. As we see that we got to hustle to get to those swings. If we want at least 30 seconds or so of swings, we got to get through all the runs. We can get through all those sit-ups, which means we have no choice but to just push and go. This is all happening within a window of time. So we are pushing through here and at just about that 90-second mark. There goes Bird Dog, and here goes Twin One. Getting into these sit-ups. Bubbles just about finishing off the run. Deb just finishing off this run as well. But once we get to those sit-ups, on the one hand, yes, we're kind of catching our breath, but we also got to hustle through these sit-ups. We got to breathe. We got to push so that we can get up off the ground and get a good at least 30 seconds of swings. So let's keep hustling. Let's keep pushing. And just like that, right at about the 30-second window, we've got Twin One up and getting these swings in. Bird Dog as well on that kettlebell. Swing and switch, swing and switch. Follow it with the trailing arm. Follow it with the trailing arm. And we got Deb on these as well. Swing and switch. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and rest. We've got a 1-minute rest here, writing that score, getting some recovery. And let's hear quick from Bird Dog. If you don't mind saying a quick word or two. How's this treating you so far?
Feeling good. I'm liking this break because it lets me have this mental reset to push it on the next round.
That's exactly it. That's what we're going for. Quick little reset, but it's kind of a trap, right? Because that just means, oh man, now I got no choice but to push in this next round. So let's look alive. Let's get ready. This next round is going to start in about 15 seconds. Bubbles is so ready for it. Deb getting ready for it. Twin One ready to go in 3, 2, 1. Round 3, and we're off. On these runs, hustling these runs. So we're 2 rounds in, and we kind of get now a feel for how these runs should feel in order to finish in the time that we need to, how the sit-ups should feel. If we want to finish in the time that we need to, if we need to make adjustments to any style of these movements in order to get the intended amount of swing time and swing reps in, now would be the time to try to make some of these adjustments as needed. Maybe we do some more single leg raises. Maybe we do a different style shuttle run. But this is where we're at. On this 3rd round here, all the way down, all the way up. Breathing hard, pushing hard. And I'm definitely noticing some hustle here. Now that we understand it, we're like, okay, I know what I need to do. Need to hustle for this muscle. And just like that, at about the 90-second mark, we've got Bird Dog down on these sit-ups. Twin One getting down on these sit-ups. We've got Bubbles down on these sit-ups. Deb about to join in. But we are swinging these arms, breathing in on the way back, out at the top. In on the way back, out at the top. But let's breathe, let's move, let's go. We are doing this thing. And hey, there goes Bubbles. Getting ready for these hand-to-hand swings. Twin One about to swing. Bird Dog about to swing. 30-second warning here. Let's hold on to that bell. Swing, then switch. Swing, then switch. Nice work. Let's go. Let's go. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Woo! Right in that score. Getting that quick sip. Getting that mental break. Doing our thing. And let's hear a quick thing from Twin One. How are you feeling 3 rounds into this, Twin One?
Feeling good. Definitely got the blood rushing.
That's what we're talking about. And that just means we're pacing this well, right? We've been doing this program for a while. We know in a 5-round workout, we need to behave ourselves in the first couple rounds and kick it in gear toward the end. So we're going into round 4 in about 10 seconds here. Let's get ready. We are looking alive. 3, 2, 1. Round 4, let's go. We are on it. Hitting these runs. Hustling. We know how it should feel by this point. We're in round 4, which is the most important pivotal round. We're deep into this. This is where we start to feel tired because we know we are deep into it. We are almost there. It's not quite the last one. So let's stay on the game. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Hustling these shuttle runs. Leaning forward. Getting those knees nice and high. Nice work here. We're pushing, we're pushing, we're pushing. And there goes Bubbles ahead of the 90-second mark on those sit-ups. Bird Dog right at about the same split time every time, at about the 90-second mark. Twin One as well. Right at about that 90-second mark. And we are hustling these sit-ups here. Shoulders on the ground, arms back, swinging it through. Or the single leg raises, if that's the better option. Well, let's breathe, let's move, let's go. Hustling through these sit-ups, and hey, there goes Twin One. This round's first to the kettlebell, ahead of the 30-second warning. Bubbles getting to that kettlebell, and we've got 30 seconds left here. Let's hustle, let's pop and switch, pop and switch. Let's get through it, let's get to it. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. And we've got this last minute rest before the last round. So let's enjoy this minute rest here. Let's savor. Let's hear a quick word from Bubbles. How you feeling deep into this now, Bubbles? See, you've made some adjustments, hitting your stride.
I'm feeling great too.
tired, but great. But I made some serious adjustments, so keeping me in check.
Good to see, and it's good to always assess and see what's right for us in order to hit that target window. But hey, we've got just one more round here, so let's make the most of this. Twin one with the game face on. Bird dog with the game face on. We are starting this last round in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Last round, last round. We are off on these runs. This is the round where we see if we can shave just a little bit of time off. Can we run just a little faster? Can we get through the sit-ups just a little harder in order to have maybe 10, 15 more seconds of swings? Most of us have been going pretty much just unbroken on that kettlebell. And so getting more swings is a matter of buying more time. It's as simple as that. This is the round to do it. This is the round to dig deep. Within reason. We know what we've been doing. Let's just push a little more now. But good job. Let's go. Let's go. We are on it. And just like that, a little bit ahead of the 90-second mark, Bubbles on these sit-ups, Bird Dog on these sit-ups. Fastest run from Twin 1. And Deb just about closing out that run. And then about to hit these sit-ups. Well, let's see if we can get just a little more hustle. Most of us have been buying about 30 seconds worth of swings. Let's see if we can get 40, 45 seconds worth of swings here. Get a couple more in. But that's all going to happen here on these sit-ups. We got to hustle just a little more. And we're breathing and we're moving. Swinging those arms. Hey, there goes Twin 1. Fastest split time so far. And she is holding on to that kettlebell the whole time. Bird Dog holding on to that kettlebell the whole time. Let's go. And we are coming up on the 30-second warning, the last one of the day. Bubbles getting that kettlebell. Deb on these swings. So let's keep moving here, digging deep. Swing then switch, swing then switch. 10 more seconds. Three, two, one, and time. Craziness, huh? But we are definitely happy to be here at the best part of the workout, which is the cool down stretch. And this stretch helps us to fight soreness, increase flexibility, so we can come back day after day, staying consistent and committed. So the first stretch we're going to do today is the seal stretch. That's going to be where we're laying face down and we are pushing up like this, letting those hips sink into the ground. If that's a bit hard to do off the hands and wrists, we can do it off the elbow like this. And while we're here, let's hear a high-low buffalo from Twin 1. And if we're doing this from the seated position, then we're going to get those arms up and pull back like this. But what is your high-low buffalo? Twin 1.
Whew. My high were the sit-ups. The low was the that shuttle run, man. It was really kicking my butt towards the end. I kept trying to push harder. But the buffalo is that I was able to push harder. I kept finishing a little bit faster and I was able to fit in more swings as the rounds progressed. So I'm excited about that.
And that's how this goes, especially in a battle format like this. We have a certain amount of time to get this done, forces us to make some decisions, which you did. And so good job to win one. Let's now switch from the seal into the frog. We've got hips back, knees out to the side, sinking into it like this. And while we're here, let's hear from bird dog. And if we're doing this from the seated position, we're going to get those hands on the shoulder blades and pull back like this. But what is your high-low buffalo, bird dog?
My high was the rest, but it also I was between one on that, got a little bit better each time. My last round being my highest amount of kettlebell swings. My low, it's always the runs. Unfortunately, the runs. Buffalo was after round 2. I wanted to push myself a little more, so I increased my weight on the kettlebell swings, and I was able to keep that weight for the rest of the last 3 rounds. So, surprise, Buffalo, surprised myself. Did it. Thank you.
Hey, thank you for making that choice. And it was definitely well within your abilities, as evidenced by you increasing your score across those rounds. That's how we continue to make progress. We try to just push a little outside our comfort zone in one way or another. So good job, bird dog. Let's go ahead and switch to supine twist. So we're going to get the one knee into the chest, twist, but we are pulling down with that opposite hand. And while we're on this side, let's hear from Bubbles. And if we're doing this from the seated position, we are twisting toward the left, holding on to whatever we need to. But what is your high-low buffalo, Bubbles?
High-low buffalo. So the high was I think the entire workout. The buffalo was much more challenging than I thought it was going to be. And the low for me today, I think, were my sit-ups. So usually I can keep up with my sit-ups, but today they were a little challenging. I kept it was very challenging to like keep a steady pace and do the butterfly sit-ups today. But overall it was great. The runs were awesome. I'm so excited that I'm not dying after the runs anymore. So my stamina and endurance is improving. So that's a big high for me too. And there was something else. Oh, getting this bandana, because the sweat was dripping today. So I'm so happy I went and got this bandana because it really saved me today.
Bubbles is definitely bringing the heat wave, right? So good job, Bubbles. And that's once again why I love switching up what we do, the format in which we do it. It could be the very same moves that we're used to doing all the time, but hustling to get it within a certain window of time really changes the game. So good job, Bubbles. And let's now supine twist on this last side here. And while we're on this side, let's hear from Deb. And if we're doing this from a seated position, we're now twisting toward the right, holding on to whatever we need to. But what is your high-low buffalo, Deb?
So my high was hearing about the Bandana Club. If you know, you know. That was his high. And then the other high was, I wasn't feeling too good today, but I knew that if I worked out, it would make me feel better, and it did. But then I kept looking up, and Denise was running past. I thought we was on fast forward for a minute. And I was like, where are you going? In her runs, and that was the high. I was like, oh, my coach is getting it. So that was the high, my 2 highs. My low was a sit-up. The sit-ups, anything bending at the waist for me is disrespectful, but I'm gonna get it. And then the buffalo was the hand-to-hand swings, because every round I did one extra rep. So that was nice. I was trying to keep the same rep, but then I was like, oh no, you were like 5-4. I was like 1. And so that was good. So I'm glad for that. Thanks, coach.
Thank you. There must be power in the bandana crew, huh? Especially I've heard that certain designs give you more power if you know you know, but either way, you definitely hit the intended and stimulus there, adding reps per round, even just 1 rep per round more, showing that you were making wise decisions, shaving off some time in some places and getting that extra rep. Good job, Deb. Well, that's our WOD, that's our stretch, that's our high-low buffalo. You know what's left. this sweaty selfie. Because does this count if we don't take that selfie? Let's flex on the camera here and let's take this selfie. Sweaty selfie in 3, 2, 1. And crazy face. And let's put the fist in the middle for the cheer. On 3, 2 claps. Fit crew. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Big crew.
Crew.
Fit crew.
Big crew.
Thank you so much. If you enjoy this program, then please give this channel a subscribe, a like, and a share. Thank you very much, and see you next time.